Hey everyone, welcome back to Lagland News. Today we're expanding on the hot rumor. Sony says Xbox leaving the console business could hurt innovation. We'll not only unpack that, but also bring in IGNs as well as game rants and other viewpoints, rumors about Xbox hardware shifts, and what's shaping the future of gaming. Stick around, we've got a lot to cover. Now, Hideki Nishino has commented from PlayStation going on saying that healthy competition drives innovation. And who are the people who actually benefit from that the most? Us, the consumers. As long as there's multiple platforms like Xbox, Nintendo, Sony, as long as they are all competing against each other for our attention, we benefit from that. It causes the game creators as well as the large producers to create larger and better games. While rumors suggest Microsoft, the parent company of Xbox, might be rethinking its console strategy, it's not entirely clear if they're completely exiting the console business or not. Some sources claim that Phil Spencer, head of Microsoft Gaming, has said that he will pull out of the console market if Game Pass subscribers didn't increase enough, especially those outside the consoles. However, other sources in the industry insiders suggest that they are not entirely giving up on hardware, with the new handheld consoles and the next gen consoles still for their works. And it makes sense, if the next gen consoles, especially the handhelds, if they do well in sales, I guarantee you that Microsoft will probably end up just reshifting all their focus into more of their handheld game systems or into more PC like gaming consoles. Now, IGN covered this, noting that it reflects more than just corporate politeness. Competition actually stokes innovation. But back in an article that IGN wrote back in March, Xbox isn't retreating. It has already surrendered. During a long Activision Blizzard acquisition process, a statement from Microsoft found that the findings of fact revealed that the company doesn't believe the Xbox division lost the console war. It thinks it never had a shot to begin with. So what does a company built around a video game console do when its newest model is struggling to match its predecessor in sales, and the parent company openly remarks on its failure? It gets out of the console business immediately. There was a thread on Reddit about this exact article, and it was somebody had said on there it was a measured answer, reflects deeper shift. Sony's framing it as we want them around because a weaker Xbox dilutes the console model. And I'd say this is probably a good insight about the community skepticism on Xbox and what they're planning on in the future. PC Gamer has gone on stating that Xbox is headed to handhelds, but its gaming first UI will also land on existing ROG Ally and ROG Ally X and other Windows handhelds starting next year. There are two handhelds on the way, the ROG Xbox Ally X and the ROG Xbox Ally. Except they're not really Xboxes at all, they're Windows PCs, respins of existing ROG Ally X and the ROG Ally handhelds, with new controls, processors, and a fresh gaming first Xbox UI enabled. If you're feeling a little left behind on the existing handheld gaming PCs, don't be, as this Xbox experience is headed to other Windows-powered handhelds devices from next year. So it looks like that this might be Xbox's new strategy. Instead of going all in on the consoles, they might start just branching off into the handhelds, just kind of like the Steam Decks. I guess only time will tell. IGN actually ended up reporting on this back in March, stating, full next-gen Xbox reportedly set for 2027. Xbox-branded gaming handheld due out later this year in 2025. A new report has outlined Microsoft's video game hardware ambition, alleging a full next-gen Xbox is set for 2027 and an Xbox-branded gaming handheld is due out later in 2025. Windows Central reported on a partner PC gaming handheld codenamed Keenan, which is apparently in the works for late 2025, and a successor to the Xbox Series X and S, now fully in production and due out in 2 years. It seems like Microsoft was very open about them going towards the handheld systems earlier this year. So I'm thinking that they're definitely going to be looking more towards going up against Nintendo in the handheld systems, which would be good for competition and innovation, but I don't see Xbox really coming out of that one alive. Nintendo has been king of the handhelds for too many years. Even The Guardian actually ended up writing a piece on this back in October of last year. Pushing buttons. Is there even any point in making more powerful game consoles? Last week, my favorite gaming news site, VGC, asked former US PlayStation boss Sean Layden whether he thought the pursuit of more powerful consoles was still the way to go for the video games industry. His answer was not what I expected. We've done these things this way for 30 years. Every generation, those costs went up, and we are realigned with it. We've reached the precipice now where the center can't hold. We cannot continue to do things we have done before. It's time for a real hard reset on the business model, on what it is to be a video game, he said. We're at the stage of hardware development that I call only dogs can hear the difference. We're fighting over teraflops, and that's no place to be. We need to compete on content, jacking up the specs of the box. I think we reached the ceiling. And that is a lot for somebody to say for their consoles. And I think it's a really good reflection on how they can help better the consoles so that way the consumers end up getting more bang for their buck. Microsoft has actually stated saying that they expect the Call of Duty on the Game Pass should boost subs from 34 million to possibly about 110 million by 2030. And I don't see that happening at all. But then again, I'm not the person who's in charge of all the reports. It could happen. I just don't see it getting boosted over 70 million, even in 5 years. Call of Duty, to me, is just not that big. I mean, it technically is one of the biggest IPs. But boosting it that much, just so that way they can boost numbers on their Game Pass, seems a little far-fetched and ridiculous to me. But what does this mean for gamers? Well, firstly, there's more flexibility. Having a handheld, PC, cloud, or console, you can play your favorite Xbox games any way you please. The potential downside, though, is fewer exclusive blockbuster console titles, and I could see that definitely hitting them harsh, but it's not like Xbox has very many exclusive titles to begin with anyways. And Sony's edge, strong first-party games, console commitment. I mean, Sony definitely has a lot going for them when it comes to those kind of innovations for their consoles, especially if they actually bring back some of their old IPs. I know I said this in another video, but if they brought back like Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, some of their really old OGs from the PS2 era, I could see them doing quite well with that. And the market diversity, mobile, cloud, hybrid, PC, console, all coexisting together, it just means it's just more for us to play. It's just greater for us in the long run. While they're over there fighting each other for our attention, we just get to pick and choose whatever we want. So tell me, what do you guys think? If Xbox heads multi-device, cloud first, and steps back from console hardware, would you miss it? Or do you value the freedom of choice it provides? Drop your answers in the comment section below. And this is Tom with Lagline News. Thanks for watching. Signing off.